Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've posted a video, but lots of things have been happening. Uh, right now, I'm kind of posting a quick video about trying to teach online. It's been an up and down ride. I had an opportunity with PalFish, which was pretty popular with some people that travel around the globe because you made pretty decent money, but you had to wait to get students. They didn't just send them to you. You kind of had to do your own advertising on your profile. You had to like post a video that looked good and constantly update posts of what you're doing and lessons you want to share with other teachers. Plus, you had to like read books and upload it so kids could read a book with your language or one of thousands of other tutors who read the book. So I just, didn't have the time for that. I needed money now. So I went to Magic Ears, and Magic Ears gives you students every time. I mean, not all the time. I have like 6 hours, or sorry, 3 or 4 hours every morning opened up, and I always get 4 half-hour classes, sometimes 5, all the time. So I really liked it. I was just doing it part-time and wanted to do it full-time, where I would do it in the mornings, have the afternoon off, then do it at night for another 3 or 4 hours. But right when I was getting ready to do that, China came up with a new policy. They didn't like money leaving China. They want everyone buying things from them so they get all the money, but they don't want money to leave the country, which is kind of going to backfire on them. You can't have one or the other. You have to have an even flow. It may sound nice to get rich, but being rich is actually an evil, as you know, if you're religious, or even wise men would say that greed is bad. So, God, it's a little noisy where I live right now. That was a motorcycle just zooming by. So the president of China decided that he doesn't want Chinese parents to save money on education for their kids to learn English. He would rather have the parents pay more money to have a Chinese teacher teach them English. So Chinese are trying to find ways to get Americans who are fluent speakers and have better results getting their kids speaking English. They're trying to find other ways around it using VPNs to bypass the Chinese blockage on their internet. Some of them are using regular apps that should have blocks, but they're finding ways to get around it. So because of that, Magic Ears is based in Beijing, China. They had to trim away all their weekends because the rules doesn't allow the kids to study English on the weekends, even though it's just a half-hour class. They're no longer allowed to do it in the morning because they have to focus on their school. So I can only teach my mornings here, which is their nights there. 7 o'clock in the morning for me is 7 p.m. Beijing time. So I only get 2 to sometimes 3 hours of teaching 5 days a week. So my opportunity of making pretty good money with that was trimmed right down. So I went to a platform I signed up with, Preply. That looked like it was going to be good because you can adjust how much you want to be paid. I originally started at 25 because I do have experience and I'm trained and certified, but not a lot of people can afford that. So to get students, I bumped it down to 20, still nothing. So I bumped it down to 18. Then I got some. That's when I found out Prepleys' little trick, their commission. They seem to think they deserve a lot of money. You have to wait months before you finally get a sudden surge of customers that want you to teach them. Then you go weeks again before you get another sudden surge. You can't live off of that. And that's saving them a lot of money. So they're taking a commission, a 25, I think they start off at like 33%. So if you ask for $18, you're going to be making about $12 an hour. Then after like 20 lessons, I think it goes down to 30, then 28, then 25. Then once you've gone over 400 lessons, you get 18% taken from your pay. That on top of every first lesson you have with a new student, they pay for their trial lessons, but you don't get any of it. All the trial lessons you don't get paid for. They think that's a benefit for you to wow the customer to get them to want to purchase plans from you. That's not fair because those are times that our regular paying students could be reserving those spots to pay us. And in 1 week, I had over 10 hours of trial lessons. So my regular students couldn't book those slots and I lost a ton of money. So I had to bump it back up to about $20 an hour. I might go a little higher if they keep doing this. This is not good. I cannot make a living off of it. It's hurting me pretty bad to be making just above minimum wage here in Connecticut. It's very expensive to live here and I can't exactly afford to move either. So I'm trying to create my own online platform, which I'm for now calling Lemmy. I just kind of spat that up real quick, learning English with me and you. Lemmy, abbreviated. And I have a little logo done, kind of looks like a check mark, but I didn't line the letters up right. So it looks more like a kind of sideways toothbrush. I'll show you some other time when I edit films again, when I can get the time. And I built a website on Teachablecom. And when I get enough students, I can expand it and make it a domain. I've got some students that are just paying me directly through PayPal from, one is from California, and there's few that want to pay me directly through PayPal or whatever their pay services that they have out there. And they'll pay me for like bulks and classes so I can make my full 18 or more dollars an hour. But that's very slow. And right now I'm losing a ton of money and I can't afford internet. I'm using this. This is from the public library. It's a Wi-Fi hotspot because it's free and you get to use it for 3 weeks. You renew it for another 2, renew it again for another 2. But then eventually somebody's going to put it on hold and want it back and I lose internet. I've got internet where I'm at, but it's horrible. Sometimes right in the middle of classes, it just drops. Video quality is terrible. The connection is horrible, but yet the password to the internet to where I'm located is called high speed. It's not high speed, believe me, it's trash. So I'm thinking about using my phone, connecting that to the place, putting the phone further away from the room, using my phone as a hotspot, then connecting to my phone with my laptop. That seems to work okay, but it's not going to stop a sudden interruption. But then I can change it over to data. So when the class is over, I can try to reconnect. It's just really bad. I'm losing a ton of money. And now I don't have enough money to pay to stay here any longer. I might lose it. If I lose that, I lose everything. I lose my job. I lose my home. And I'm just like in complete amazement by what's happening. It's like nature's fighting me on this. You know, I went back to college so that I can get a degree and I got certified to teach English so that way I can travel abroad and teach English in schools. I had an offer in Taiwan and I decided that I wasn't making enough as a security guard. It was taking too long to save up so I can have spending cash when I go to Taiwan. So I became a full-time Uber driver and I was doing great. Then the pandemic hit. Taiwan job gone. Nobody riding Uber anymore. Can't find a job anywhere else because every place was shut down. So I had to stick with Uber, sometimes waiting 3 hours for a ride. I tried so hard to get rides that I drove my car into the ground, lost the car. Became homeless, lived with a friend. And then, thank you, Nathan, for helping me. Then I had another friend lend me money so I could borrow a car, go back to doing Uber since the pandemic was lifting up a little bit. Oh yeah, and I couldn't get unemployment because I was self-employed for so long that they couldn't evaluate it for unemployment and I couldn't file for self-employed unemployment unless I got rejected by unemployment. They accepted me, but only for $60 a week. I couldn't get the extra 600 because you have to make over $100 in unemployment to get the extra benefits. Stupid, I know, right? So then my friend let me borrow a car so I can do Uber and I was doing okay. But over the past few months, it's been dwindling again. Like I'm getting a lot of requests, but I'm driving like 15, 20 minutes to pick somebody up for a 5-minute ride around the corner. So I was making no money. Then the Chinese school didn't pay me on time, so I was behind on one payment on the rental car. So I had to wait for that to be cleared after about 2 weeks. Then the car rental company charged me for the 2 weeks, but then they charged me again by accident, which put my account into negative. We had to wait weeks again for that to clear. Then they took that amount. Then they double charged me again the next day. They kept screwing up. So I had to return the car. Now I'm trying to rely on teaching online and it's not working. It should be, but unfortunately I've lost a few students because of this whole Russia-Ukraine thing. I have a student from Russia who moved to Washington who's not doing classes anymore, had to cancel them because her family was trying to, what do you call it? Go on strike or something, a riot. They were trying to stop Putin from doing the war. Almost all Russian citizens do not want Ukraine. Russians are great friends with many Ukrainians. They don't want it. So Putin is just telling them too bad. And he arrested about 1,800 Russians on the first night when invading Ukraine. Stupid, right? That's asinine. How are you serving your country if you're not doing what your country wants? You know? So that's why he's called Dictator Putin now. And I had another student who came from Ukraine who now lives in Sweden. She had to cancel lots of classes because her family is still in Ukraine. And she spent a lot of time on the phone, making sure that they got someplace safe. She's finally booking a lesson this weekend, but who knows how long that'll last because Russia's still trying to take over Ukraine. So just, it seems like nature just wants me to fail. It wants me to live in the damn streets. I don't know. I'm working so hard, and I can understand if somebody was an alcoholic or a gambling problem, they end up out in the street. But when you're working really hard, you shouldn't end up in the street. By the way, I'm doing a GoFundMe again. So if you can help me by donating and trying to help me get back up on my feet so I can pay rent tomorrow or the week after until next month when I finally get the full real Magic Years paycheck. That's another thing. I've been falling behind because part of the policy is that during the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, all the English tutoring services have to shut down for a full month. So I couldn't work with Magic Years for a whole month. And Prepleys wasn't getting me enough students fast enough. So why they take that much of a commission away, I don't know. So it was not helping at all. So on the 10th of next month, April, I will finally have a full Magic Years paycheck and I'll be back on my feet, I hope. But right now, I just need help. I'll leave the GoFundMe link in the description below. Give it a click, donate $1, donate $5, donate a penny, donate 100. Who knows? Whatever you can do will be greatly appreciated. So for all of you that are teaching online, God bless you. It's a real struggle the way the world is just constantly screwing up somehow. Just years and years after in a row, you know, right from the beginning of 2019 till now, just trying to help the world. And it's really hard to do when the world is spreading diseases and fighting each other. I thought all of that was over and done with. So anyway, I'm starting up an online service. So maybe I can get a few teachers that can leave. I think my email should be on the description of my site, or you can leave a comment below or DM me. You can also find my Facebook page, ToMy a lot, on Facebook, of course, and you can join that group and we can meet up there. I'm trying to build a group where we're not just teaching just one country. We're trying to teach them all. And I want to be able to build classes for parents that can afford to have one-on-one classes. They can pay the $18 an hour for the tutor. And for countries that can't afford a lot, like Vietnam, some other smaller parts of India, where, you know, they pay a lot less. So we could develop classes that have groups of kids and the parents could just pay $3 or $5 per hour. And the other parent of the second child can pay $3 or $5. Then you're making your $15, $20, $25 an hour. So you can teach maybe up to 4 or 5 kids in one class. So I'm trying to develop something. And if I can get a bunch of teachers together to help me, We just work on this together for free. We're not getting paid. We just do it during our off time. But in the end, it's going to be rewarding. I just want to have all kids, all parents have an opportunity to get education and not have to worry about filling some rich idiot's pockets. Okay, like these colleges nowadays, 2 years salary to go for like one semester. Come on, education is needed. You shouldn't be getting rich off of things like basic things like education, food, rent. And these are all things that are skyrocketing out of control right now. So I'm trying to develop a way to get these kids to get out there. They're seeing these problems, give them the education, get out there and tame it. Tame the greed and the rich out there right now. So I hope some of you can get in touch with me and we can start developing something new and innovative and that has multiple branches that can be customized for anything that comes our way. Recessions, diseases, dictators trying to take all the world's money. I want to develop a flexible school. So give me a call on Facebook, ToMy Lot Facebook page. Leave a message in the description and please help me. I need to pay rent tomorrow, please. All right, guys. Oh, and check out this background. I just put this on here because I have a few students from Korea and I miss Korea very much and I'm looking to go back there again soon. So I got multiple backgrounds. I've been here. I forgot the name, but yeah, I walked right up and inside there before. Again, this is the Chungachung River, I think it's called. I like this view. I want this as a wallpaper. This is cool. I like watching walking videos of people walking through Seoul, South Korea. There's one I just watched that was great. It was raining heavily out. You can hear the pitter pattering on the umbrella. It knocked me right out. I slept like a baby, but when I woke up, I saw how beautiful Korea was at night with all these neon lights and the rain downpouring. It looked like something out of a Japanese cartoon. I've been here. I didn't walk up to the statue though, but that's the king that created the very good Hangul. I love Korean alphabet. It's the best alphabet of all languages. People can learn the whole alphabet and its pronunciation in around 3 days. I learned it in about 3 days. Some people learned it within a day. It's that easy. It should be adopted in every language. I like this picture because I've been there and I had a magical moment there. Still got a lock up there. So I want to go back there and, just there it is again, data late. So yeah, those are pictures of South Korea. And I have pictures of Jeju Island, but here it is. This is Jeju, been up there. I think that side. Same place over here. That's a crater right there, volcanic rock. And that's about it for Jeju. I thought I had more than that. The others are just pictures from my students in China. So anyway, I like using Zoom and doing this kind of stuff with this. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, and also with these lessons, you can use, oops, wrong thing. It's called, Snapchat that you use on your phone that gives you face filters. Well, they have Snap Camera that you can download for your PC. You open the app so you can see yourself and set the camera to whatever your web camera is. Then you open an app like Zoom, and instead of selecting your web camera or whatever camera you're using that's already being used by Snap Camera, you set Zoom to Snap Camera. And then you'll be able to do cool things like this, which doesn't work too well because of the green screen I have behind me. But I got like rabbit face. Kids love this on my Magic Ears classes. Lots of kids play basketball in China. They really do. I like this, and it moves so well. Kids love this, the hamburger face, the French fries, the soda, the baseball, American football, just all kinds of cool stuff on here. Oh, young kids really get a kick out of this. Some kids like my blonde hair thing. Oh, it's stalling. There it is. I used to have blonde hair like this, but not this long. but my hair used to be super golden blonde. Yeah, so there's a bunch. This one I thought would make kids laugh, but it seems to scare them. I don't know why. I think it's great. I grew up liking the Muppets. And lots of kids love this one. I have to turn off the background for it to work, but it's a shark swimming in water. So anyway, if you want to learn more about some of the tricks, send me a message. We'll share. All right, everyone. Sorry it took so long to get back in touch, but I'm trying my best to stay afloat. And I live in America. It's not the land of opportunity anymore. It's the land of greed. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. And don't let the greed take your money away. Hold on to it. Bye.